Welcome to Trading Lounge for the 4th of March and the US indices. And with the S&P here, we can view this as an impulse wave to the upside that's ending shortly, or we could also look at it as an impulse wave as 5 waves to the upside in terms of 1 and 2 here, and 3 here, and 4 here, and then 5 to the upside. So we can look at it in 2 ways, but either way, once we get to this top here, we will be looking for a corrective move. So we'll have a look at both of those counts there. First of all, the one that goes 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 here, we can look at that on the 2-hour chart here, I think. So it would view like this here with 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 for the third wave, the fourth wave, and then the fifth wave ending here shortly, and then we look back for a wave 4 here that would pull back to the wave 4 of 1 lesser degree. But be it this count or the count here that I've got here, and I've also just adjusted this for another high here, and in this case here we would have a deeper correction here. But while I'm here in this particular count here, what I've if we make a new, we've had this as a wave 5 top here, so just copy that. We've had that as a wave 5 top, and that could still be the case, but it does appear that we can make another new high here, so we need to be mindful. So if this high here is made, then I need to adjust the count, and I'm adjusting it like this here. So I've got wave 1 in this full length here for wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 here, and then 5 waves up here for wave 3, wave 4 here, and then wave 5 for the third wave here, and wave 4 here. And then the way that this can unfold here is 1 and 2 here, and 1 and 2 and 3 ABC for 4 here, and up for 5 here for wave 3 here, back for wave 4 here, and then up for wave 5. So you know, the other point with this too is that with the trading levels is that when we come to a reasonable level, and this is a minor level, the 2800 here, and it's important. So it's pretty much the arrival, the reaction here, the first high above the level, and then the A, the B, and the C here, and then the next 5 waves to the upside here. So I think this is what we're looking at here, and then we come back down from this space. So we're looking for 5 waves in this little sequence here, and I think that will push up here. And I kind of like this 5 waves move to the upside better, because when I look at stocks like Apple here, we can see we've got 1 and 2, a nice strong third wave, fourth wave, and fifth wave here, and even this should move higher here too. Actually, I'll just check on the volume here, just give me a second. Yeah, so we've got good volume for the Friday here, so that should take us higher here, but it does give us that 5 waves to the upside there, and there's other stocks in the same ilk as that. We'll have a look at a couple of other stocks a little bit later, yeah, so just coming to the hourly chart here for a moment. So yes, we've had this as wave 5 here, and none of this has really been easy to count here, because on the cash market here too, this move from here to here it looks okay, like an impulse wave, but on the physical market, as I mentioned last time, it's this move here. It's certainly in 3 waves here. So we could possibly look at, if that's going to end there in 3 waves, then this move up here could also end in 3 waves as well, into an ending diagonal triangle. It's okay here. I can see that we've got a very clear sort of ABC pattern here, but it doesn't leave us much to work with here. We can look at this here certainly as wave 1 here, an A and a B and a C here for wave 2 here, and then the beginnings of a wave 3 here, but this is really folded back here, so I don't know if we're up for 1 here or back for 2 here. In fact, it can still be bearish from this point too, and that's why we need to short it under here, because this here can be an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave to this top here, so we need that top taken out on the cash market. Okay, so that's something that we need to look at there. I just wanted to point that out. So that there, that little top there, this can be labelled here as an A and a B and a C wave to here. Whoops, and from here, an A and a B and a C wave to here. So we need that top taken out. So that's the long trade, and if that's taken out, then that's the short trade here. And otherwise, we can expect the market up into the 28.20, 28.30 area there. As such, so that's what we can look for at that point. When we have a look at, say, before we look at the Nasdaq, the alphabet here. So in this case here, we were looking for a short trade if the 1,100 became the retested resistance, but it's still there because it came up and hit the 61.8% mark here. If it was going to drop lower here, it would have done it here. So this looks like it's also got further to push up here in terms of little 1 and 2 in here. Nice third wave starting here. So it'll be a fourth wave and a fifth wave. So we can certainly move up higher from that point. With Amazon as well, we've got 5 waves up here. And as I mentioned before with Amazon, we've got this A, B and C correction here. It looked a little bit small, so I was curious that we could end up having this down, this down here as wave A, and then an A wave, a B wave and a C wave coming up back up to the 61.8% here, and then coming down from this point here on this. So that's still possible here. We've already gone long in this market from in here somewhere, maybe even lower. So we'll see what occurs here. But if the 61.8% becomes the support here, then this can certainly move up from here, and then we would need to put this wave B and 2 here across over here and have this as the ABC here, and then this up for 1 and back for 2, and then a more of a bullish count here. So even though that TradingLounge is long here at the moment in this particular stock here, in this case here, we would, if you're going to trade this at this point, you'd still need this here. So we'd need a top to come in play here. We need to see this market move down. I mean, it's obviously going to move up a bit here, but if it moves down here, then that becomes the trigger for that to the upside. In terms of the Nasdaq, we also need to look at that moving to the upside, and this has moved up. What I like about this here is that this little move up here has taken this little high out here on this market. I'm not sure how that is on the cash market. Let me just check here. Yep, it's taken it out on the cash market too. So that's a healthy, very healthy sign at this particular point. It hasn't taken this one out, but once again, I've labelled this wave 3 here, an A and a B and a C for wave 4, then wave 1 and 2 here. This is a little bit awkward to count here because this is pulled back so much here. So it could be a series of 1s and 2 and 1 and 2 here. I don't know. It's hard to put this as wave 3 here because wave 4 just overlaps this. So I'm unsure about this at the moment. But because it's taken out that high, and normally double tops are never the end of the bull market anyway, of a bullish trend. So even though it may get sold off here, we still look for higher ground here. In fact, we've already been triggered long here, and we're having the stop under the level here. So that can come up to break even here now for that at least, and let's see how high we go from here. Gaining support on top of from 100 to 200, the next level up here, the 72 here, that would be our target. And what we'd be looking for here, it will take a little bit of time because of the old high here, but we'd want to look for tested support here. So on a 5-minute chart or tick chart, you'd want to see that high come into place, that high here, and then come back here, and that'll give you your reference point here. I mean, it's already trading below that anyway, so a breach of that would be fine to move to the upside on that. All right, just short and sweet, and just a few little adjustments there, but we can expect that that positive flow to flow through into Monday, and then expect profit taking on Tuesday morning session. Alrighty, cheers.